outside Wilson. For Utah, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. So on the floor for Utah, Collier the point with Bailey on the wing. Jackson is out there with Nurkic, and it's Markkanen in at the 3, the small forward.
0 for 4 to start things off. Got a bit of a pillow fight brewing here, but they're going to get it going.
RJ, the front end of a back-to-back. As a player, it's got to pose an additional challenge physically to get through these stretches.
Oh, yeah, it's a grind. This is a physical sport we play. And your body, it just has to be ready when you start the season.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them. And here's a look at some numbers for Lauri Markkanen. Utah's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Will it go? Wilson grabs the board.
Well, the defense was fortunate. That was a good look from mid-range. He just was trapped.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Claxton sets the screen for MP. And again, it's Brooklyn with a 3.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Collier. Another miss by Utah. Brooklyn leading by 10. Here's Saraf. It's good.
This looks like a shoot-around the way they're scoring. 5 straight makes to start the game.
They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
Jackson misses.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Claxton. Kicks it out to MP. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust.
And now here they are.
While we're in the quick break, let's show you the list of the hottest shooting rookies in the NBA this year. You look at MP, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Igor Demin.
Well, I think it's safe to say these two have made the adjustment to the brand of defense being played in the NBA. Their shooting percentages are just fantastic.
Jackson finds Nurkic. They need this one. Rebounded by the Nets. And you want to talk about winning recipes? These guys have it. 21 wins in a row. That's right, 21.
And to go on a winning streak this long, it takes more than just talent. This team has tremendous chemistry, and these pieces complement each other so well. It's also about listening to your teammates, your coaching staff, and not letting your ego get in the way of succeeding as a group.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Well, the Jazz have traded away a lot of their veterans. All-star Lauri Markkanen still remains. After a down shooting season a year ago, perhaps he needs to build his value back up around the league before they would consider moving him.
He can heat up in a hurry, that's for sure. We appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams. So it's the Jazz now, following the bucket by the Nets. They set the pick. Jackson passes to Bailey. Off target from outside.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Saraf. Porter, a screen on Jackson. MP kicks to Porter. And the shot goes down. Porter's got 5 now.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Here's Bailey. Still scoreless. Jackson from long range. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
This is hard to watch. You might want to put the kids to bed. This man still has not hit a shot this quarter.
6 to shoot. Here's Demon. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
RJ, the NBA this season hosting some regular season games in Berlin and in London. Possible basketball markets moving forward.
Yeah, with the NBA looking at a new league in Europe, bringing the NBA games to these cities will help drive the interest.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring, but let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And here's MP for 3. Hits it from 3-point range. 8 points for him.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey, Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Guys, back to you.
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Here's Devin, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Here's Nurkic, following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Collier. No scoring in this one. The Jazz again can't hit it.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0.